let's get started. All you will need is a chair. I would like everyone to relax and get comfortable in your chair. First, we're gonna stretch from top to bottom, starting with the head tilt. We're gonna start on the right side. So tilting your right ear to your right shoulder. You can use your right hand to gently tug. Hold for a few seconds. And release. And then on the left side, tilt your left ear to your left shoulder. Using your left hand, slightly tug for a deeper stretch. Hold for a few seconds. And release. For the next exercise, we're going to do some neck rolls. So we're going to start clockwise. So rotate your neck clockwise in a nice, slow, circular motion, about 5 times. And then come to center, and then we're going to rotate counterclockwise for about 5 times. And then come back to center. Next, we're going to do some shoulder rolls. So roll your shoulders up to your ears in a nice, slow, circular motion, and then slowly roll them forward. Back up and down about 5 times. And after you finish your 5, you can release and come back to center. And then we're going to roll them in a nice, slow, backwards motion. Up to your ears, rolling them down, pulling your shoulder blades apart. Nice and slow. About 5 times. And then release and come back to center. So sitting near the edge of your seat, we're going to do a cat and cow stretch. So we're going to start with cow. So I want you to, on inhale, lift the heart, puffing out the chest, gently pull back your shoulders, hold for 8 seconds, and release into cat pose, rounding the spine, pulling your shoulder blades apart, hold for 8 seconds, and release, and come back to center. Next, we're going to do the executive stretch. So I want you to lock your hands behind your head, bring your elbows back, inhale as you lean. We're going to hold here for a few seconds, and then release, and then exhale all the way down, leaning forward, tugging slightly on your head, hold for 8 seconds, and release, and come back to center. For our next exercise, we're going to point, flex, and roll the ankle. So starting with your right foot, I want you to hover it above the ground, and we're going to point and flex. So point your toe and flex. We'll do this about 5 times on each side. So we'll start with the right, and then we're going to roll clockwise, making small circles. And we'll do this about 5 times. And then counterclockwise, making nice, slow, circular motion, about 5 times. And then you can relax. And then we're going to hover the left foot above the ground. We're going to point and flex our toes for 5. And then we're going to clockwise motion, roll your ankle about 5 times, and then counterclockwise 5 times. And then you can relax. For our next exercise, we're going to do a hamstring stretch. So sitting near the edge of your seat, I want you to extend the right leg, hinging at the waist, and then reaching for your toes. We're going to hold here for about 8 seconds. You should feel the stretch down the back side of your leg. And then you can release, and then extending the left leg out, hinging at the hips, reaching forward for your toes, or you can reach for your thigh, or you can even really reach for your chair leg. Hold here for about 5 seconds, and release. For our next exercise, we're going to do a wide leg forward fold. So sitting near the edge of our seat, we're going to wide our legs. We're going to hinge at the hips and reach for the floor. You should feel the stretch down the center of your legs. We're going to hold here for about 8 seconds. And release. For our next exercise, we're going to cross our legs and twist. So with our right leg over our left, we're going to grab onto the back of our chair, and we're going to twist and hold for about 8 seconds. And release. And then crossing our left leg over our right, we're going to grab to the back of our chair and hold for 8 seconds. and release. For our next exercise, we're going to do the seated pigeon. So with our right ankle on our left knee, we're going to fold and hinge at the hips. To deepen the stretch, we're going to hold here for about 8 seconds. And then release. And then with our left ankle on our right knee, we're going to fold at the hips and hold for about 8 seconds. And release. The next exercise, we're going to start with a fist opener. So starting making fists in both hands, I want you to widen out your fingers as far apart as you can, then slowly lowering, opening your palms up, flat and open. Hold here for about 8 seconds. And release. For our next exercise, we're going to roll our wrists. So I want you to extend both hands out in a nice circular motion. Rotate in a nice slow circular motion, about 10 times on each side. And then come to center, and then counterclockwise in a nice slow circular motion for about 10 times. And then relax. For our next exercise, we're going to do some wrist extensions. So with your right hand, you're going to extend out your arm. With the opposite hand, gently pull back. Hold here for about 5 seconds, and then release. And then reverse the stretch by gently pulling and tugging your fingers towards you for about 5 seconds. And release. And then you'll do this on the opposite hand, extending out the left arm, gently pulling back the fingers toward you. And then release. And then reverse that stretch by fingers pointing down, pulling towards you. Hold here for about 5 seconds and release. For our next exercise, we're going to do the prayer position stretch. So this will be the last stretch. Palms together in prayer position. I want you to pull your hands down, pressing into your palms, and hold this stretch for about 10 seconds and release. Throughout a typical day, it's normal for tension to build up in your shoulders, your neck, your back, and wrists. Any movement is good movement for the body as well as the mind.